What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video, we are talking The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 6, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. This show is considered canon, and there will be spoilers for this episode, and the season as a whole. You have been warned. Please consider leaving a like and hitting the subscribe button, and maybe even the notification bell, if you like this video. Thanks, and now back to the episode. Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. The episode begins with a Quarren ship in space. An Imperial ship approaches them. They aren't Imperials, they are Mandalorian. They were hired by the Viceroy of Mount Calamari to retrieve the prince, who apparently had run away with his love, a Quarren. I believe it's the captain of the ship or whatever. The Mandos take him back to Mount Calamari. I thought the couple in this episode, to be honest, it was cringy. I really just rolled my eyes at this. I'm glad we didn't see them kiss, as that would have been unpleasant to watch. The Quarren in this episode just, I don't know, I thought they looked weird. They have like, almost like teeth on them. I don't know. I don't know. They looked weird. As for the Mando mercs, it is possible that they were hired to rescue Moff Gideon for a big pile of credits. You know, they could have been the reason why there's that Beskar piece in there from the last episode. But we'll have to see. But I feel like it's probably this group, since they're mercenaries, and you would hire mercenaries to bust out someone from jail, especially like Mandalorian mercenaries, so we'll see. We then see Bo-Katan and Din on their way to Plazir 15. This planet had hired the Mandos, led by Axe-Woves, as a protection force, and Axe-Woves used to be part of Bo-Katan, I guess, used to lead this group of Mandalorians, but obviously when she didn't turn up with the Darksaber, they basically went their own way. Just before they land, they are informed that they have been issued a docking slip, and will be guided to dock. This happens, and when the two Mandos and Grogu disembark, they are greeted by two droids, who tell them welcome to Plazir 15 and get in a Hyperloop pod. They get in the pod and are asked to show their chain codes, and then are taken before the leadership of the planet, which is the Duchess and her husband, a former Imperial. These two ask Bo and Din to help them with a droid problem, and in return, they pledge to recognize Mandalore as a sovereign system and to petition the New Republic to recognize it as well. Before Bo and Din accept this, they ask more about the droid problem. The Duchess and her husband tell them about the reprogrammed battle droids and that they're malfunctioning, causing incidents and even assaulting people. Bo-Katan and Din accept. They go to the man in charge of security, Hellgate. He shows them video of various droids malfunctioning. He also mentions a button to turn them all off. However, the citizens can't live without the droids, so they voted against turning them off. The Mandos ask for the list of malfunctioning droids, and Hellgate tells them to get the list. They need to go down to the lower levels and ask the Ugnaughts. The planet first looks like Mandalore in that it has a domed city. And in the banquet room or whatever, where the Duchess and that are, and her guests, and throughout the city, we see tons of original trilogy aliens, which, you know, that's cool, but obviously I would like a little more variety in the aliens, because I feel like when we see aliens, it's either a new alien, which is fine, or it's an original trilogy alien. It'd be nice to see some Naudilans or some Surians, Keldor, Togruta, you know, stuff that came from the prequel trilogy, as I think it adds a little bit more variety. If you like actor cameos, then you probably liked this episode, because Jack Black and Christopher Lloyd were in it, and I thought they were pretty good in this. Yeah, The Christopher Lloyd's character I thought was interesting, although the rumors had it that he was going to be a Mandalorian, but that is not true. On their way down to the Ugnaughts, Din makes a comment to Bo-Katan. This is what happens when you rely on droids. As we know, battle droids attacked Din's homeworld and killed his parents, but he was saved by Death Watch. They exit the lift, and Bo-Katan tells the Ugnaughts her name, and she's here to stop the malfunction. The Ugnaughts ignore Din, then tells them his name, and that he is the friend of Quill, and that they should help him and answer any questions they have. He then says, "I have spoken," like Quill did, and then they all sit, and after some reluctance on the part of the Ugnaughts, and, Din urging them on, they give them the list of the malfunctioning droids. Bo-Katan and Din, they arrive at the location indicated by the list. A B-1 battle droid is directing some B-2s, or super battle droids, carrying crates. The B-1 stops Din and Bo-Katan and asks them what they're doing there. They respond that they are looking for the malfunctioning droids. Din kicks some of the B-2s. After a few, one gets up and runs away. Bo and Din chase it. They eventually catch it. They find a spark pad, and it says "The Resistor," which Din surmises is a droid bar. They arrive at the droid bar and ask the bartending droid questions. He tells them that all the droids in question imbibed the same batch of nepenthe. The two Mandos then go to the coroners. It's cool to see battle droids in live action again. I thought the super battle droid chase was a bit odd, as those droids have never really seemed to move like that. They've always just seemed more rigid and not like, it almost looked like they used, like, I don't know, motion capture of a guy running, and that's what they used, so that, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it looked very interesting. I don't know, whatever. I could have done without the droid bar, to be honest. I don't know, it just doesn't seem that interesting or whatever. The Ugnaught stuff, it's kind of cool. I mean, but again, it's another original trilogy alien. At the coroners, they test the nepenthe and discover nanodroids, and a chain code which leads back to Commissioner Hellgate, the guy in charge of security on the planet. They go to Hellgate and arrest him after he admits to all the stuff and that he is in fact a separatist. And Bo-Katan shoots him with some, I don't know, electric darts or whatever. They then bring him before the Duchess and she exiles him to the planet's moon. She also gives Bo-Katan the key to the city and tells them that they are welcome to the planet at any time. She also knights Grogu for some reason. The trio then go to where the Mando marks are. Bo-Katan challenges Axe-Woves for leadership. He accepts. She beats him. They then whine about the Darksaber and all that, and Din tells them how Bo-Katan saved him and killed the creature that captured him, so she gets ownership of the Darksaber. And then that shuts him up, and they're like, "Yay! Bo-Katan's our leader again, because we have to follow the Darksaber." And that's where the episode ends. My thoughts. I fail to see why Grogu was knighted. To me, I don't know, it just seems pointless. Is it just to give him something in this episode? Because all he did was get babysat by the Duchess and occasionally do cute things like help the Duchess win at her game, eat things, stuff like that. More and more, I grow tired of Grogu and his lack of development. I'm really getting to the point where it's like, I wish that he would have stayed with Luke for a long time and we come back to him years later where he's developed more as a character and in his abilities. My Darksaber theory was disproven when Din gave it back to Bo-Katan. I fail to see what Din is going to do now. Bo-Katan is more the main character this season, so I don't know, whatever. The Mando stuff in this episode was good, but it was only a small portion of the episode. We had to waste it on a side quest. Oh well. Like, I feel like the conflict in this episode should have been revolved around the Mandalorians not helping, because I don't think it was... It should have been, oh, this faction of the Mandos, I don't know, we gotta deal with it, or what, I don't know. Overall, I thought this episode was mediocre. I would rate it a 4 out of 5, or a 4 out of 10, rather. For me, it's time to kick the taking of Mandalore and uniting the Mandalorians in high gear. Let's show that. It's time. Well, what did you think of this episode? Did you like the planet? What about the quest? Just so Din and Bo can talk to the Mando mercs. You can tell me in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.